Toward the end of Game 7 against the Nuggets, with the Clippers getting blown out, something happened that sent shockwaves across the NBA. Russell Westbrook, known for his intensity, stole the ball from his former teammate Ivica Zubac and slammed it down with authority. As he hung on the rim, he turned to the crowd and yelled, "Send them home." That moment, pure revenge. The only thing that could have made it more dramatic would have been if he shattered the rim and made everyone sit there for 20 minutes while it got fixed. But nah, Russ had something else to say after the game. Something even spicier. You see, the Clippers dumped Westbrook not too long ago. Traded him for Chris Dunn, a career backup. And yeah, Dunn got his moment too, missing layups and getting benched. Meanwhile, Russ? He showed up when it mattered most. Now let's be real, Westbrook's post-Kevin Durant career has been brutal. Yes, he won an MVP in OKC. But then, first-round playoff exits 3 years in a row. A short, weird stint in Houston where they gave up the entire center position just to make it work. Spoiler, it didn't. A forgettable run in Washington, getting swept as an 8th seed. And then, the Lakers. Man, that was just a disaster. Things got so toxic that even as a Clipper, Russ ended up confronting a fan in front of the guy's kid. It was sad to watch. It looked like the end of the road. But now, suddenly, he's back. This isn't just a comeback. This is personal. This is revenge. And while the world's been sleeping on Russ, he's been evolving. The man who was once too stubborn to change, is changing. But before we get into what's making Russ different in Denver, his shooting, his off-ball play, his role, we need to talk about how deep the fall really was. Because understanding that makes this comeback even crazier. This wasn't just about proving the Clippers wrong. This was about proving everyone wrong. To truly understand the revenge arc Russell Westbrook is on, we have to go back. Back to the years where the NBA world completely turned on him. This is the guy who averaged a triple-double for 3 straight seasons, something no one thought would ever happen after Oscar Robertson. But instead of being celebrated, Russ became a punchline. People called him stat-padded, said he chased rebounds, mocked his shooting, and every time he lost in the playoffs, they said, "See? Told you he's not a winning player." Let's walk through that dark timeline. After Durant left OKC, Russ was left alone to carry a franchise. And for a while, it was electric. The MVP season was legendary, explosive dunks, buzzer beaters, triple-doubles every night. But then came the playoffs, and year after year, it was heartbreak. In 2017, they got bounced in the first round by Harden and the Rockets. 2018, first-round exit again, this time by rookie Donovan Mitchell and the Jazz. 2019, same story. First round, game over. Dame Lillard waves goodbye and sends OKC packing with one of the coldest buzzer beaters in NBA history. That was it for the Thunder era. Westbrook was traded to Houston, where he teamed up with James Harden. It should have worked, right? 2 MVPs on the same team. But nah, they ran into the Lakers in the bubble, got crushed, and Russ was on the move again. He landed in Washington. New team, same result. He played well individually, dragged them into the playoffs, but got swept in the first round. No real help, but no real impact either. Then came the Lakers trade. And this was the moment things really hit rock bottom. Russ, LeBron, AD. On paper, that's a super team. On the court, a total disaster. Westbrook just didn't fit. His shooting was off. His defense was inconsistent. Turnovers, missed layups, awkward spacing, it all piled up. Every mistake became a meme. Every brick was trending on Twitter. Lakers fans booed him in his own arena. He got called Westbrick so many times, it wasn't even funny anymore, it was cruel. It got personal. Russ said in interviews that his kids didn't even want to go to games because of how people talked about their dad. And that hit hard. Not just as a player, but as a person. Even when he went to the Clippers, it didn't fix things right away. People said he was washed. Done. Finished. That his game didn't translate anymore. That this was the end of the road. And honestly, it looked like it might be. He wasn't starting. His minutes were down. The media had moved on. And everyone thought Russ would quietly fade out of the league like so many former stars do. But Russell Westbrook? He wasn't going out like that. He took that pain, every insult, every failure, every trade, and turned it into fuel. That's the version of Russ we're seeing now. The version that's no longer forcing the issue. The version that's accepting a different role, without losing his fire. And in Denver, surrounded by a smarter system, better spacing, and an actual role that makes sense, Westbrook is evolving. We're going to break that evolution down in the next section. How he's gone from inefficient and stubborn to a guy actually changing his game. But let's be clear. Before the revenge came the fall. And it was ugly. No. It's payback time. Alright, let's talk about something most people thought they'd never see. Russell Westbrook actually changing his game. Yeah, we've all heard it a million times. He's too stubborn. He only plays one way. He can't shoot, can't defend, and refuses to adjust. But this season, with the Denver Nuggets, Russ is shutting all that noise down. Let's start with the most shocking part of his game right now, his three-point shooting. This is a guy who's been ridiculed his whole career for shooting bricks from deep. NBA defenders used to beg him to shoot. They'd literally sag off him by 10 feet and dare him to let it fly. But now, Russ is shooting a career best from 3, and it's not a fluke. He's picking his spots. Catch-and-shoot looks. Corner threes. No more wild, contested heat checks. Just smart, in-rhythm shots within the flow of the offense. He's not trying to prove he can shoot. He's just doing it when it makes sense. And guess what? It's working. That right there is growth. Then there's his off-ball movement. Yes, Westbrook is moving without the ball. Who would have thought? This is the same guy who used to just stand around when he didn't have the ball in his hands. Now he's cutting to the rim, setting screens, relocating, making life easier for his teammates and keeping defenses honest. When you've got playmakers like Jokic and Murray on the floor, that kind of movement turns into easy buckets. He's also embraced coming off the bench. And let's be real, there was a time when Westbrook would have seen that as an insult. MVPs don't come off the bench, right? But Russ doesn't care anymore. He's playing for wins, not headlines. He's anchoring the second unit, attacking backup guards, pushing the pace, and bringing that signature energy against tired legs. And it's working. Here's the thing, Westbrook's never lacked talent. What held him back was fit, and refusal to adapt. But now, surrounded by structure and unselfish stars in Denver, he's found balance. He's not trying to do everything anymore. He's not hunting triple-doubles. He's not taking every possession personally. And that mindset shift is what's keeping him relevant in a league that should have left him behind. Let's not forget, this isn't a young guy trying to find his place. Russell Westbrook is 35 years old, in his 17th season, and he's still out here reinventing himself like a rookie trying to prove he belongs. And the scary part? He's doing it with that same fire in his eyes. That chip on his shoulder isn't gone, it's just smarter now. Controlled. Directed. Deadly. And oh yeah, he's still a monster in transition. Still attacks the rim like it owes him money. Still talks trash. Still defends like it's Game 7 every night. But now, he's added efficiency, maturity, and purpose. This isn't just Russell Westbrook trying to hang on. This is Russell Westbrook becoming a whole new version of himself, one that's winning games, silencing critics, and playing real basketball again. In the next section, we're going to take a look at the other side of this revenge arc. The fall of the Clippers. Because while Russ is rising again, the team that tossed him aside, they're falling apart. And it's not pretty. So here's the full circle moment. Russell Westbrook is evolving, thriving, silencing doubters. But the team that gave up on him? The Clippers? They're falling apart. And that's what makes this revenge story hit different. Let's go back just a bit. When the Clippers decided to trade Westbrook, they didn't just move on, they downgraded. They shipped him out for Chris Dunn, a backup point guard who hasn't stuck with a team for more than a season. That's it. That's what they thought Russ was worth. And the message was loud and clear. We think you're the problem. Not Paul George. Not James Harden. Not Kawhi Leonard and his load management. So what did Russ do? He kept it quiet, moved on, took a new role in Denver, and waited. Meanwhile, the Clippers kept stacking names and forgetting the part that actually matters: chemistry. They went all in on James Harden, and it looked promising for a minute. But then the cracks started to show. Again. Kawhi's injured. Again. Paul George disappears when it matters. Again. James Harden still hasn't shown up in a big playoff game in over a decade. And the worst part? They had all the talent in the world, and no heart, no fire, no one willing to fight, to lead, to hold the team accountable. The one guy who did. They traded him. Let's talk about Game 7. The Clippers didn't just lose, they got embarrassed. Denver ran through them. And who was flying around, grabbing boards, diving for loose balls, yelling at the top of his lungs? Russell Westbrook. He wasn't the leading scorer. He didn't hit the game winner. But he made the statement play. That steal, that dunk, that roar, send them home. It wasn't just about beating the Clippers. It was about exposing them. They built a team full of all-stars, former MVPs, scoring champs, everything on paper. But they forgot what makes a team actually win. Grit, passion, identity. All the things Westbrook never stopped bringing. And here's the irony. The Clippers didn't just lose a game. They might have lost the last window they had to win anything. Kawhi's not getting healthier. PG's not getting better. Harden's still Harden in the playoffs. And now, Westbrook, who they threw away like a spare part, is the one getting the last laugh. No more memes. No more Westbrook jokes. No more washed talk. Russell Westbrook didn't just survive. He adjusted. He worked. He proved them wrong. And this isn't just a comeback. This is a warning to every GM, every analyst, every fan who thought he was done. You gave up on him too soon. So the next time you see Russ flying down the court, yelling at the top of his lungs, playing like it's Game 7 even if it's a random Tuesday in January, remember this moment. Because this revenge arc, it's personal. And it's far from over.